now without further ado, as Michael said, we have Tom Olsen here with us today. Thomas Andrew Olsen has been the program director of the New Space Business Plan competition since 2011. One of the last decade, the business plan competition has awarded over $350 to deserving space-related early stage companies. He is the founder of the Center for Space Commerce and Finance, which sponsors the business plan competition, which he will be talking with us about today. Hi, Tom, how are you?
Okay, I thought someone had to unmute me. I have to unmute myself. Actually, it's $350,000 in.
Yes, I'm sorry, that was a typo. I'm so sorry.
I put K after it because I thought someone else would put it, write it in differently. But that's my bad. Thanks for sticking around after what was always a rousing sermon from Reverend Rick. And I always enjoy them too. And I'm inspired by them as well, mainly because I'm also a Jerry's kid going, way back to the 70s. I helped found an L5 chapter at my university back in the late 70s. I've been bouncing in and out of this for a long time. I found a niche on this in the early 2000s when I first met Michael at a space conference. We realized the business side was just starting to be looked at around the edges. And we realized there were all these just hundreds and hundreds of brilliant engineers showing up in these things. They all had these wild ideas and they were waving their arms and isn't it cool? And space is cool. Give us money. I realized none of these guys have any business background. None of them. Something had to be done. And while guys like Michael and myself and a lot of other people I could name, we're looking at this thing. A lot of us barely had more business experience at the time than some of the other people that are out there with engineering hats on waving their arms. But we took advantage of whatever niche we could find and worked our butts off to try to add some value in that regard. One of the things I helped do almost immediately was found what became the business track at the International Space Development Conference in the early 2000s. And they're still running that, I think. In 2008, I joined the Entrepreneurship and Investment Committee for the International Astronautical Congress, and we put on 3 tracks a year at the IAC towards those same things. We all look at this, it's strictly the business side. And then in between, I joined this outfit called the Space Frontier Foundation, and they started doing this thing called the New Space Business Plan Competition, originally sponsored by Highland Prize Trust. Not a lot of money, and a lot of interesting ideas were being promoted out there. And I more or less took it over formally in 2011 when we got the first of 3 NASA grants to do some bigger prize money. And these programs went very, very well. There's a lot of interesting companies out there that actually not only won some nice funding as part of this, but they also got a lot of notice in the audience and from the investor community. And it did lead to some rather substantial fundraising events for a lot of companies that went through our program. We designed a program. We didn't want it to be just a pitch event. We wanted to be far beyond that. We did something prior to the event known as a boot camp, where they spent the entire day, the finalists would, after they did their applications, and we would go through every aspect of their presentation and their business model and ask them all sorts of really hard questions that a potential investor might ask of them to kind of get them ready to present. And this has gone along very, very well for a long time now. We all, and a lot of us in the space community, not just us, we all kind of flattened out in 2020 because of the COVID thing, and everything that we do was always associated with a conference, and they just weren't having any in 2020, and so everybody kind of flattened out. And then near the end of the year, I'm almost ready to give it up, and I hear from Michael Lane, and he says, "You got to talk to these guys at a Foundation for the Future." And I had a talk with Tim Chrisman, and then I basically got an offer through our own nonprofit organization now called the Center for Space Commerce and Finance. I'll give you a link later in the chat, and you guys can check that out, to put on a series of potentially 3 different new space, all virtual new space business plan competition events in 2021. And the first one, and that's why I'm here, is kind of the preview of coming attractions. For tomorrow, we have found 7 amazing finalist teams that we spent the last couple of weeks working with, all in Zoom, all online, working through their presentations and working through their business models. And I think we've got a group of finalists that are the match of any other group we've had in the past when we were doing these live shows at conferences. It's going to be a lot of fun. Each finalist company gets to do their pitch for about 8 minutes, after which they will be peppered with questions by 3 judges we've selected from the investor community that are going to be joining us. So you'll be getting those intros tomorrow. I just want to just very quickly, if I can do this, if I can't, oh, there it is. I just want to read off the names of the companies. Companies presenting tomorrow will be Lifeship. They're sending DNA to the moon, essentially. Spaceway is building some things for the Internet of Things. Irradiance wants to do something with space solar power. Venture Ingredients wants to manufacture food in orbit. Orbital Space Satellite Services is promoting the space program in the United Arab Emirates. Mars Society Kenya is doing a similar thing. And Astroport is building landing pads and other types of concrete out of lunar and other space-based materials. So those are the people you're going to see tomorrow. It starts exactly right at 9:30 sharp. We'll have, again, 8 minutes per team for pitch, followed by 7 minutes from the judges, and we go on to the next team, and we'll get through all 7 of them by 11:30 p.m., after which the judges and I will caucus in a breakout room, and we'll be announcing the winner of the competition tomorrow afternoon late, about between 3:30 and 4, if I recall. The winner of the competition does receive bragging rights and a $5,000 prize that's being sponsored by Foundation for the Future, with my thanks and with their thanks. It's a wonderful thing they're doing, and if this goes well tomorrow, we're going to be doing 2 more of them, one as part of the August event and another in part in November. I'll be giving you our webpage, and we also are on the Center for Space Commerce and Finance is also on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. So we'll be putting in notices there as well. So look for this. Looking forward to it tomorrow, and we will see you then. If anybody has a question, I've got a minute.
Tom, thanks a lot. I posted your links to both the center and to the business plan competition. If you want to throw in your LinkedIn connections so that people can reach you. Thanks a lot. We're really looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be a great competition.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tom.
And just guys, go for it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Tom. And for everybody watching and listening, as Tom said, the new Space Business Plan competition starts tomorrow. Don't miss this Shark Tank style competition. C for F, or as we say, Conversations for the Future, will share the stage with budding space entrepreneurs vying to win the new Space Business Plan competition and win the $5,000 prize, as Tom said. All of this happening at 9 a.m. sharp, so don't miss it. Tom, if you would like to, and if you would be so kind to, please put your LinkedIn link and any more information on how people can get more information on the business plan competition tomorrow in the comments, and to continue the networking benefits for this event. And for everybody listening, thank you for joining us here at Conversations for the Future, powered by Foundation for the Future. We have Lila Gislason and Tim Chrisman closing this event. Lila, how are you?
I am great, Leo. Thanks for asking. I had so much fun today. This was a very dynamic Conversations for the Future. Loved learning more about Gerard O'Neill. I'm just inspired by such visionaries who are so ahead of their time. And yeah, thank you, Will Henry and Rick also for sharing more about that. we had a great lineup of speakers. One thing I did want to take a moment to plug, I think because we had Randy from NSS speak today, I think it's appropriate. It is the National Space Society's Ad Astra magazine. And I wanted to point out something kind of cool. Actually, Will Henry and I were on a call earlier last week, and I pointed out that there was both an article here about Gerard O'Neill and his life, and talks about the film a little bit. And then right next to it, there is this really cool advertisement for the Foundation for the Future. So yeah, check that out if you are a subscriber and member to the National Space Society. Also, this is on the shelves, I think at bookstores for the first time ever also. So you can pick it up at a Barnes & Noble or wherever you like to buy your magazines. So really cool stuff. So yeah, Tim was in Akron today. We'll go back to him a little bit, but I just want to make sure that you guys tune in tomorrow. We've got another phenomenal lineup of speakers. Lots of panels. And then as Tom said, the business plan competition, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we also have kind of a networking event towards the end. As I mentioned before, so many wonderful conversations actually happen after this event. We've just been honored by the number of connections made, just with people who've attended. And yeah, just doors opened and things happening. So again, thank you all. Please do tune in tomorrow. If you haven't registered, if you're watching on the live stream, go to our website now and you can register for tomorrow's event, and you can join us for the breakout sessions. And then at the end of tomorrow, we will also be doing kind of a networking happy hour, if you will. So please tune in for that. So Tim, I'm excited to hear how it's been in Akron. Excited to hear you've been making connections and having conversations. What are the highlights so far?
I feel like the highlights are still yet to come. Tomorrow when we're in Bounce Hub, a local makerspace where we can sort of engage with and talk to the local innovative community, I think it's going to be our highlight. It's been very enlightening and inspiring to see the sort of relics of Akron's storied past and how there's growth and movement in the community to revitalize and rebuild out of what once was. And it's exciting to see that and see the momentum that's starting to build here. And so I'm really excited to see tomorrow who we are able to find and talk to.
I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. So Lila, you actually mentioned a couple really exciting things that happened today. What are you looking forward to tomorrow for? Something that'll because this has been exciting. I mean, I had a lot of fun in this event today, and tomorrow is just going to be just as much fun. Can't wait to see Tim live at the Bounce House. So anything else that you might want to tell the watchers, the people who are watching, who are listening for this event, on what they can look out for tomorrow that might be really exciting?
Well, I think, again, I already mentioned it, but the business plan competition, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of great speakers. Go to our website to see the lineup. Panels, again, I love it when the conversations are happening. Ideas are being exchanged, and, sometimes you've got people who have different views or who are from different industries completely. And then just to get a kind of a merged perspective is fascinating to me. So I look forward to that, but really just, just sitting back and enjoying the show. So thank you, Leo and Michael and Tim and Lee for putting on a great show today.
Right on. Thank you very much, y'all. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow. See you in the morning.